Gayle Friedman is an aromatherapist, a reflexologist, a yoga teacher who specializes in pregnancy and childbirth, and most importantly, a doula, an assistant at childbirth. I was so fascinated to learn more about that from my old friend. So Gayle Friedman, how nice to have you here.
Yes, thank you so
I
much.
mean, Cape Town TV viewers will know you, they've seen you here, and we even did a show on Cape Town TV once before.
Yeah.
So that was really great, but I mean, we go back much further than that. So I used to teach my astrology classes where you worked.
Correct.
As a doula.
Yes, yes.
So that's something that's always interested me.
Okay.
And I'm really interested to start there, just because there we are.
Fabulous.
And so doula is a kind of traditional midwife, or can you explain that
Okay,
better
so
for us?
funny, I read another definition. So it's from the Greek word, and it's actually slave to woman. Slave to woman. Yeah, which means that we are serving women.
Right.
And it's gone into particularly women in labor. So the difference between a traditional or a medical midwife is that they are medical, technical, do the birthing, work on physical, or traditional midwife is more watching, she doesn't get so physically involved. And a doula is more the emotional, psychological support for the mom, for her partner, and also for the team, for the people holding her in place. Then I had my own children and had 3 home births. So I classify myself quite lucky after being a doula for the last 12 years, because birth doesn't always go exactly like you would want it to go. And then started working with a beautiful midwife called Joy McPherson. I bought pregnancy massage, baby massage, pregnancy yoga, mom-baby yoga. So took all those things I'd studied and applied it to pregnancy, really, I suppose, yeah.
So, well, that's amazing. So, I mean, so that means as a kind of a support, you've got the yoga training and your medical understanding and all of that. You can offer more than emotional support.
Totally. In terms that, so then decided, I see women during pregnancy and after, and also working in the field of healing, helping people. I always am a bit cautious about using healing, because I actually don't believe that I can heal anybody. I believe that I can channel the life force, use the techniques, but that person, that soul, has to want to heal themselves, right? So I'm quite strong on that. And then I decided I want to get into more, I don't know where the word came, emergency medicine. I'm tired of just doing, so studied as a doula and didn't do more home birth doulas, put myself into hospital. And that's where I've been the last 12 years. The doula training is about a year. We do training, we have to observe births, we write exams, and then for the last 5 years I've landed up being the chairperson of WOMBS, which is one of the doula organization, Women Offering Mothers Birth Support in South Africa. And then I've spent the last 12 years as a doula. So as a doula, coming back to that, the women and their partners contact me, where they interview me. I sit with them and ask them what is their birth wish in a very South African, I would say, and I may get into trouble for this, but it's a very overcautious medical birth system. Right. So I believe birth has become totally academic. So that's another reason that the doula is important. Is that in years gone by, in your cultures and your tribes, the woman, there's a beautiful book called The Red Tent, right back to the Bible, where the woman looked after the woman, and it was passed down by lineage, as if you were a midwife. Your mother taught you, your grandmother taught you, and everything worked beautifully. And then learning to understand that nurses, midwives, and doctors are human beings. I believe that the training that they do is worse than the army. I think they are trained to not feel because of their situation. They work radical overtime, and they are pushed to a point of semi-superhuman. So when they go into the field, they can't afford to feel, because it's again more emergency medicine. So where is the line between practicing in an emergency and acknowledging that this is all normal?
No.
That if a woman vomits, or a woman goes to the toilet, or if she's screaming, she's actually okay. She's going through the passageway.
Exactly. But she's actually keeps on getting this message, I'm sick, there's a problem.
100%. It's hard for women and men today to stay with their wishes, and the woman to stay in her intrinsic understanding that her body can do it.
And it sounds like it's getting harder, but to me that means there's even more of a role for doulas.
Totally. So again, coming into that, we play the role of not working against the medics. So I'm super cautious never to do that. If I'm concerned about something, I'll walk outside and speak to the doctor. And that's why they are learning to trust us, because at first it was doulas, and some find you an irritation. As doulas, we have a strong scope of practice and code of ethics. In other words, we do need to know our place. I'm quite a rebel, I'm quite a warrior, but I leave her outside.
Right.
And I go in with my heart. So even if I'm challenged by doctors, I don't take a doctor on with academics. That's not my place, and I'm never going to win.
And it's not the priority in the situation.
100%. Anyway. I come from my heart, and I try to be an advocate for what the mother really would like. You know, to have some time, to try this, to try that. I often feel it's like a stage. So you're on the stage, and then there are these people on the side. So I walk in my person as Gayle, where I bring all my angels and my prayers and my strength with me, and my aromatherapy oils. So I'll spray one on you, Rod, for fun.
Yes.
This is a color citrus oil, which I would spray like that, spray around the room. Can you smell it? How does it smell?
I honestly feel a little bit safer, is the word I want to say.
So interesting.
I feel like, okay. I feel it's okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
really
the oils
safer.
go into your nose, into your limbic system in your brain, and then the different chemicals release different hormones. So that particular one was one I would spray in the beginning just to uplift everyone, okay? Then I'm only going to do one more. I'd come in when everybody's feeling a bit stressed, or if there's anybody, and including the medics. So part of a doula's job is also to keep the midwife calm.
Right.
A birth I was at the other day, the doctor came in and I could see she was looking at the CTG monitor and wanting to go home, and I went quietly, everything is fine, everyone's okay, let's all breathe. I'm talking to everyone in the room, actually not even the mom, you know, so you can subtly just observe, because you don't have an emergency role. So this would be, this is rose and geranium.
That's definitely really fun.
Yeah, you can feel it, right? Like almost in your belly, right? Yeah. So if I walk into a room, into a hospital room, and I arrive, we do wear like a little uniform with our name on, so that the medics know who we are. And then you walk in, and I don't know who's been in the room before. I don't know what the energy's been in the room before. I don't know what fear's in the room before. So I go straight away with my oils. You're not really allowed to burn candles or anything in a room because of gas and all kinds of things. And that immediately changes the environment. Later on, as the birth progresses, I'm putting oils on my hands, and I'm rubbing it on the mom and on the beds, and sometimes even on the floor. And the doctors come in, they go, oh, it smells so nice. You know,
So
and
they can't help themselves.
Yeah, they can't.
It's great. Well, as you said, it goes to the limbic system.
Totally.
So they are also finding an emotional response that, as you said, their training has largely isolated. But the oils kind of get through and bring out their humanity.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
So it's beautiful, because then you're taking nature into that environment.
I just love how everyone is affected by it. That secretly the doula's role is beyond just the mom.
Totally.
That she's actually creating the whole situation to serve the mom.
Totally.
including doctors, nurses, and machines.
Hundreds. I even sometimes, after this program, if any doctors see this, they're going to throw me out. But I even sometimes, if we're in a Caesar, because they're allowed to go into theatre as well, take the oils. We use sound, you can have music. And if a doctor's panicking, I'll take my hand and I'll just put my hand right by the adrenals, you know. The other thing, to calm them down, to relax them. The medics, the doctor's jobs are so stressful. They are responsible for life, and it's put on them, you know, that you have to save. Whereas what I said to you, I feel like I don't want to take that role on. But people, you actually watch women even coming to you and saying what they want, and you watch them. After a while, they don't like me anymore because they want help. And I'm going, you can do this. Come on, you can do this. They don't like me. And the minute a nurse walks in, they play up more. And then when the doctor walks in, especially, you know. So that is often, I often have to say to women, be careful what you are projecting, because that is what the doctor doesn't want you to pay, and they're going to help you. So it's not bad, it's just, why should you suffer? And then the anaesthetists especially, who come and give the mothers epidurals, they know that they are. They even walk in and they go, oh, I'm your angel.
I'll bring you relief.
Totally. And then there's the doula. I swivel into the corner for a bit and I pack some of my stuff away.
I mean, it sounds like an incredible role, and I think as people, you know, maybe with the increasing medical costs and with the enlightened millennial generation who don't quite do things the same way, they kind of woke, as they call it, which they are, maybe things will actually balance and they'll see how.
Yeah, I find with the millennials, they are open to medicine, so they want to try, they are super informed, so it's almost like, again, you know, and I teach a belly to birth class. So the belly to birth class that I teach is also come in the door with the partners, take off your shoes, and like we're walking into the labour ward. So I do that with them. We play act it almost, and then we walk to a point with the oils and the sprays and homeopathics, etc. And then we walk to a point where we go, and I show them lots of graphic pictures of what everything looks like. So you're also helping the men to understand what this vagina looks like, you know, and if my son were here, I'd say, Mom, but you know what, this is it. You know, what it looks like, so anatomically they understand, but then you also get to a point of, all right, this is not working. Now let's explain what you do if it doesn't work, and you talk about an epidural, or, okay, we need, and this is where I believe I work and walk in the middle, okay, we're going in to have a Caesar now, you know, what can we do? We can turn the lights down.
Well, I'd like to believe that directly and indirectly the profession is being influenced by the presence of doulas and by the women themselves.
I think
as
so.
to let's balance this and make this a human situation again, not a medical situation.
100%.
You picked up those aromatherapy oils, and I noticed they were all deliciously coloured. So is the colour part of the story, or is it just so that you can identify them?
Yes, it is. So these are oils that these are oils that I've made. I make myself. They're water-based with essential oil, and inside are little crystals which are also all the same color. There are 9 different ones for 9 different colors, and yes, the color relates to the different areas of the body, which is based on, I would say, the chakra system, but one can also use it in the Chinese medicine system as well. So the aroma itself, for example, this one is yellow, and it's chamomile and lavender. So we all know chamomile is a yellow flower, lavender is a purple flower, but it calms, and it's basically for the solar plexus of the body. So to calm and quieten the solar plexus. And funny, I took this out because this is the oil for pregnancy moms and babies, chamomile and lavender. Soothes the skin, calms the nervous system, and generally helps that stage from womb to birthing to be a calm experience.
So it's the crystals, the contents, and the color that are all kind of working together.
So this one, for example, is green. Green is for the heart, green is nature. So in this one is juniper, which is like an astringent berry, and it's also very cleansing. Lemon, fresh lemon, lime, and a bit of fennel. And that would be invigorating for the immune system, for the heart, with the green aventurine crystals. So they're mood enhancers. You can just use them and spray them around you or spray them around a room. This is just, I don't know if everyone can see this, but this is...
I was wondering what these were.
Can you see that there? So this is, when teaching color therapy, I found this. This is a doctor in America, and I don't know his name now, but he did an MRI scan journey of the cell through pregnancy to just show the journey. And this is a picture of a real ovum.
Wow.
So that is an egg that exists in a woman. Why I chose it is because look at the colors. Look at the colors.
Yeah.
Can you see? Every color of the rainbow. So that also shows us that in a healthy cell, all the colors should exist. In a healthy body, all the colors should exist. Yeah. So even though we all have a different aura in our soul personality, to be alive, when I work on patients who've got cancer, you often find that their colors are grey and more black as they in time as they're getting more ill. So that is showing that. This next one is conception. It's a real picture. It's taken proper MRI scan when the sperm, all those little spermies, one of them entered, and that's the moment of conception, which shows you life force.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the life force.
Gold, intense color.
You know what I mean? Conception.
Wow.
This one is growth, so that is what we all study. Remember studying meiosis and mitosis.
Right.
That is the cell, that's the fetus forming. And they're all just balanced, and pink and green are complementary colors of each other. And the last one, obviously, is the actual little fetus and growing in those colors. So I just find it just shows you how color, which is vibrational medicine.
It's frequency,
Yeah, I was at a talk this weekend where a pediatrician was speaking about homeopathy because he said that when people come to him, sometimes just talking on the phone, mums with babies and walking in, like they feel better or the problem goes away. And I said to him, well, you do feel like that, just putting your problem onto somebody else. And then he said to me, well, he feels that that's how homeopathy works. So he didn't diss homeopathy. That the fact that they take such a long case study and they sit and they talk and they find out, he says that's what he feels helps so much. And then he went on to say, but the remedies are just kind of placebos, because how can a remedy with the smallest amount of chemical constituent in it, how can that fix someone? And because it was a lecture, I had to be careful, but I said to him, because it's working more on an energetic, emotional level. Homeopathy, color therapy, sound therapy are all working more on...
Exactly. I mean, his question or criticism was based on the assumption that only the action of a chemical or molecule does something. And
to the
neglects
physical.
Correct. Neglects the million of other things that might affect the physical,
exactly.
including vibrations, light, sound, so many things. There definitely needs to be this bigger picture.
100%.
Which is really what a human being is. A human being isn't one thing, and that's what they say.
Well, I think that's what's coming up. We've got to find a balance. I think there's this extreme technology which is making us all too sick, too much, and then the need to go and be in nature for an hour and to breathe and to try.
So you are seeing a change. I mean, you've been in this business, in this world for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, doulas are a lot. Yeah. Discovery Health, Momentum Health, Fed Health are paying for doulas, right? So the medical aids are seeing the need.
You said that you train for is that like a recognized training?
Well, that's a very good question, because that's something else that I'm working on. So we're not SAQA registered in South Africa, and I don't think anywhere in the world are doulas registered. But we are working at the moment, and we're doing it the last 5 years, where we've taken 2 big doula training schools, Mama Bamba and Wombs in South Africa, and we formed a body we will formulate a core doula curriculum. It creates some form of standardization, which then gives the medical, the medical and medical environment feels better than that we have a standardization, so they'll welcome us more into the units. Just to end on that, then we have it's registered. Then anyone who teaches a doula, including international doula organizations, because a lot of people do things online, will send their curriculum and it will become established.
Right.
The midwives, the doctors are tired as well. They are tired. They work ridiculously hard and they don't always have time for the emotional, psychological. So they know that when they leave, you're there. And a lot of them do refer to us. And then we also see the clients at home afterwards. And then we will refer them afterwards to the next professionals, like clinics and that kind of thing. Yeah.
And then also, I mean, with this, you also work with people who are not pregnant, right? You also just work as a...
So I work as a therapist.
As a therapist with the oils.
Yeah, I'm based in Aromatherapist. I do reflexology, I do combined colour, aroma, meridian treatment, which is an hour and a half. Or I just do a colour therapy session just to balance. So I work there with pregnancy, with women, with men, with children, everybody. You book an appointment and come. It's either an hour and a half session.
What is colour therapy?
What is colour therapy? So colour therapy is utilising colours to help the body, elements of the body, to flow better. So the elements of the body, meaning our bodies are made up of physical, which relates to the earth. The body is made up of water, blood, all the liquids, okay, which relates to the water in the ocean, etc. The body is made up of fire, which is your amount of energy that's produced through food and through just who being you are. So there's your yellows, your reds, your orange colors. Your body's made up of air, oxygen from the green trees and from the atmosphere, and your body's also made an air, which is blues from the sky. So when you're working with color, you are either getting the person to breathe the colors in. So while I'm doing a treatment,
visualizing it.
Yes, visualize again. The brain actually doesn't know the difference whether it's seeing a sun or a moon, or if you're actually visualizing it. So yes, you're working with visualizing. You're helping the person to heal themselves, because you're saying you've got a lung problem. While you're lying there, I want you to breathe, and I want you to think green, which harmonizes with that area in that part of your body. And the green goes into the molecules and helps to enliven the cells. As you can see, it resonates with the cells. So that's how the color therapy is working. Again, with smells, where there's different smells which resonate with different colors affect the brain. Color therapy is in how you dress. What clothes are you wearing? And also the colors do get absorbed through the skin as well, through the pigment in the skin. And then another way is food, right? Yeah. So a salad, what colors are we eating? Yeah. Are we eating just white starch? Are we eating green? And that's so important. It's so lovely to see now, wherever you go, most places, Sir's Fruits, Woolies, One Time, they're all making juices. So you go to places, you get red beetroot juices, you get green. It's exciting.
It is.
Because I find even on the go, as a doula where you work hours and hours, I just take the juices with me, because you can't. And that's fabulous, because it's not only in health shops anymore.
We need this better middle path where we will also include the people who are using colour, and maybe everyone benefits from that. Also, why we see vegetarianism and veganism spreading so much might be motivated by trends, but it's also realizing we actually need to find this middle path and include everyone.
Yeah, I think that's definitely where I am today also.
Especially though, I'm excited to hear it coming from a healer. that you're seeing in your own work that there's more kind of middle path from more and more people who are not exactly in your world.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's
No,
exciting.
it's fabulous. I'm feeling quite.
I'm very excited. You've left me feeling very optimistic, and not because of some mysterious potion you sprayed on me. I actually feel optimistic, so thank you for that.
My absolute pleasure.
And thank you for talking to me today. It's been fascinating. I could talk to you for hours. Can people get hold of you? How?
I have a website.
I'll
Okay, I have WhatsApp's the best way, and I'm based here in Cape Town. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Gayle Friedman, yeah.
So many amazing things happening around Cape Town. Stay tuned to make sure you catch them all. And I'll be back next week as usual. See you.